Everybody, it's Lori. I just wanted to show you a quick flip through of my latest journal. This one is using my digital printable kit Speakeasy Street that I just finished up recently and is for sale in my Etsy store. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started here so I don't ramble too much. This one is a hardcover, so it's made out of chipboard for the covers and the spine. The covers measure approximately like 8 3/4 by, I want to say 6, I think. The pages themselves are 5.5 by 8.5 because I printed them on the full sheets. So I used a couple sheets of the paper or one of the sheets, and cut it in half for the covers. And I used a real pretty piece of some black and gold fabric that I had to put on the spine to cover up the stitching. There's 5 signatures that are done with the pamphlet stitch sewn into the spine. And then just to finish off the edges of the fabric, I've got some gold and white trim on both the front and the back. And then what I did is I used some Tim Holtz Distress Stain in, I think, Peacock or something like that, to color the chipboard around the edges. And then I went over the top of that with my finger with some Inca Gold in blue on the front and on the back. Just kind of smudged it on. And then I have, for the closure, I've just got a hair tie and one of the hitch fasteners. And underneath the hitch fastener, I have a gold filigree metal piece that, I don't know, I probably bought a bunch of them on eBay or something. And then I also have a little snippet flower and a bunch of different colors of trims and a clock piece brad in the center of that. Go ahead and go inside and start flipping. Bunch of pockets and tags and some stamping in there too. Now this kit I really liked because the 20s kind of remind me of, everything really colorful, so it was kind of nice to just be liberal with my color choices in this journal. Some of the tags are from the kit, like this one here. Is from the kit, and then I've also got some various pieces of paper that I've just had in my stash that I made into tags. I'll point out which ones are in the kit, although you'll probably be able to tell as we go along here. All the pattern papers in here are from the kit itself, and then I've got a bunch of coffee dyed plain paper in there too. Did a little bit of stenciling. And this pocket here is one that's included in the kit. And so is this tag. And I backed some of the tags with just plain paper just to make them a little bit sturdier for journaling. And then this just is from my stash. Some of the stamping I did some embossing on. Unfortunately, this stamp didn't turn out very well, and I didn't want to go over the top of it, but it's so pretty. It's from, a lot of the stamps are from the Couture collection from Graphic 45, which is a 20s fashion theme, and so they were perfect for this journal. This is just a plain shipping tag that I inked up and then went over the top of with some varnish just to kind of seal in the swirls. And then I have a a few pages in here that I looked for some sheet music of some 1920s music and printed those out and included those in the journal. This is in the kit, but it's just the back of one of the library pockets that I cut off and used just for a little journaling space. And this is a tag here that's in the kit. There's an embossed stamp. And this is a tag that's in the kit. And so is this one. Another tag that I varnished and inked up. I had inked them up, but unfortunately they wanted to run. So I went over the top of them with varnish and then it sealed it up. And this is actually a journaling card from Prima in my stash that I just folded in half and I'm using just for a little tuck spot. And then some trim scraps. And this is in the kit, this tag. I had colored up some of the trims with my sprays, but unfortunately they weren't completely dry when I glued them into the book. So I've got a little bit of bleed through here from the trim, but I just figured I'd leave it. Makes it unique, right? And another library pocket that I'm just using as a tip in here. And there's a few of these in the kit too. They're journaling cards that you just fold in half so you have journaling lines on both sides. And this is one of the ATC cards. And another one of the journaling cards. And this is one of the ATCs. And this is a card, I believe from the Paper Studio, one of the Paper Studio boxes of cards and envelopes, and I just cut it down to make it a little narrow, more narrow, and made a pocket out of it, and it flips up for extra journaling space. Here's some more where the trim kind of bled onto the next page, because this trim was white and I colored it blue. When I saw that that's what it was doing, I went over each one of the printed out pages with varnish, because since it was printed on an inkjet, it was starting to bleed through some of the pages, so I had to reprint some of them, and then I figured I better seal them just in case. And this is part of one of the library pockets from the kit. Oop, and I was going to color that on the back, and I completely missed it. And this is half of one of the journaling spaces. Boy, and I missed that one too. Oh well. And one of the cards in the kit. And this is as well, that I just made into a tuck spot. And this is actually a Prima journaling card. This was a piece of one of the pages in the kit that I just cut off, and it's got the journaling lines on the back, and this is from my stash. And this is another piece of one of the pages. This is one of the ATCs, and part, oh, actually this is a whole journaling card here because it's got both sides. And this is part of one of the pages. Well, at least I remembered to color that one. Oops. And that is it, you guys. So, thank you very much for watching, and if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will catch you later.